It was a good one. I'm sure it'll be on social media. Hopefully we didn't ruffle any feathers on it. But anytime that you're the first ever to do something, no matter what happens with this group, hopefully obviously we'll continue to get better. But they're always going to be remembered as the first win. That this group of people, and so that's something we wanted to accomplish, and we talked a lot about that. Obviously 1-0 is the most important thing, but we had a chance to make history, write history, and our quote to end our video today was "Victors get to write history," and so we wanted to make sure we were. And I thought our guys played extremely hard for 4 quarters.
You came out in the third quarter with a 17-play, 9-minute plus drive. How much did that really set the tone for the rest of the ball game?
Well, we challenged, our guys there at halftime that it was important defensively. I didn't think we played overly well in the first half, and then offensively we thought we moved the ball pretty good, but we had to finish there, and to be able to do that out of the gate, get that. What was the score at halftime? 23. To go up 30-17 there right out of the gate. It was big to give us a 2-score lead, and it shortened the game, right? I think they panicked a little bit from that standpoint. We've got to learn how to finish. We had some penalties, and you look back and you look at the statistics and you feel like you dominated, and there was a chance to make that a 1-score game the whole time, and so we got to learn how to continue to finish offensively in the red zone a little bit and not shoot ourselves in the foot. But I thought our defense stepped up in the second half. I didn't think they played overly well the first half, but that drive, really, I think. 1, for offensively was awesome, but 2, I think that gave the defense a lot of confidence. Hey, if we can just go out and do what we're capable, they can't come back.
How much did that interception by Brylan Green late in the second quarter kind of help turn things and build momentum for you guys?
Well, it was a 10-point swing if you think about it. So we were up 20-17 at that time frame, I think, and they're driving, to go. We hadn't stopped them at all, and you get that. We get points out of that, and then we come out and get points at halftime. So that middle, everybody calls it the middle 8. I've never used that, but that's what people call it. And so for us to close the half with a field goal, I wish we'd had a touchdown there, and then to score again, give you that separation, maybe take some of their confidence away. I thought that was a huge turning point in the game.
And how pleased were you with Caden's performance on the whole night, but also that drive there late, right after that interception to get those points right before half?
Yeah, I thought he played extremely well. He stood in the pocket, made some nice throws. Obviously we had the 1 turnover, but you never felt like he put the ball in danger and threw it up for certain things. He made some nice runs when we needed to on some third down situations. This is the most. In my short time, the most confidence I've seen him play with, which is good. You want your quarterback to have some confidence and feel like he can make some plays. And I think you see him maturing, there at the end of the game or towards the end of the game, he scrambles out of there and I should go down, and he sort of falls out of bounds, right? And he knew it immediately. And so that shows me, hey, he's maturing, he's understanding the game, he knows what he needs to do, and so I think he's making some good strides. Guys made some good plays around him. I thought he made some nice throws and some pretty good balls, and it continues to get tougher because people continue to give him different looks. But I was pleased with him.
After last week's game, you mentioned wanting to see how Caden handled that week of success. How would you say he handled the preparation to what you deem to be a very good performance for him tonight?
Well, I didn't think he overly practiced well the first 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, to be truthful. I think there was some mistakes as far as practice, some basic things that he shouldn't be making at this point. And so I was a little I'm anxious to see, hey, is he going to respond in a good way? Thursday was nice. He did a good job on a Thursday, Friday, and then he obviously came out here. And so just continuing to tell him about just making sure that the preparation is what's got him to this point, and don't go backwards from where you're at. But he came out and played extremely well. I don't know if, we have a lot of confidence in him. I don't know if we thought he'd, do what he did today and the way he did it, and it was good to see.
Coach, what does it mean, do you think, to your guys right now in the locker room to have, this team came in and you said embarrassed Liberty last year. How big was it to get that monkey off the back there for them?
Well, we didn't. Some of the guys talked about it, but I didn't bring it up because we got beat pretty bad. There was obviously a lot of things going on, and a lot of the guys weren't even a part of it. And so, yes, there's some guys in there that wanted to redeem themselves, but majority of our guys that are playing, contributing, they had nothing to do with it. And so our more focus was on we have an opportunity at home, no matter who it is, to be 1-0 in our conference, and that's what we're shooting for. And so I know there's a lot of people happy, and they look back because of what the game was last year, and I'm excited for those guys. But I didn't want to make it about revenge, because I think when it's about revenge, you're fueled with hatred. And everything that's opposite of what we talk about in our program. And so it's not about revenge, it's about us playing for something bigger. And so now, a couple of our guys were, I want to get them, and because of what it was. And hopefully they learned the lesson. You can't let emotion get a hold of you, And so, but for everybody that was upset last year, there you go.
35 carries for 198 yards for Cooley and Lucas. They average over 5 yards a carry collectively. What have you seen from the last game against Bowling Green to this game now in terms of their ability to provide a real big thunder and lightning 1-2 punch from running backs on the ground?
Well, I think they're obviously getting more comfortable. Taking care of the ball. That was obviously last week we didn't do a good job of that, and that was the big emphasis. And those guys play off each other. They run hard. They run through some tackles, and they've given us a good combination of being able to run between the tackles and still get enough outside. This team decided they didn't want us to get the ball outside at all. They weren't going to let us do that. They didn't want Caden to get out there. They didn't want to get us pitched. And so, we didn't change the game plan. We had it built in, but we said, all right, we're going to go at them. And those guys, to be able to have that number of carries and produce that number of yards says a lot about them and the physical toll they were able to take on to the opponent, because they got stronger as the game went along.
Coach, the Aggies had 60 rushing yards in the first drive. Can you talk about the defensive adjustments you guys made to slow down their run game?
Yeah, you know what? I think we missed a lot of tackles, and when you miss tackles, then that creates a play that could be 3 yards, it goes to 6, goes to 10. And then I think secondly, too, and hopefully our team will learn this, you get so excited about playing, so jacked up about playing, you forget to follow your fundamentals, and so I don't think we didn't make that many adjustments, to change what we were doing. I think we just started executing a little bit better, and we have to, we didn't play overly well there the first half, but it's not a scheme thing. It's our guys locking in on doing their job and doing it consistently and not letting emotion get the most of them. But they come out and ran it well. I mean, and then it ended up what they end up with 172. So I think they were leading the country. Or I don't know what they were doing. They were scoring a lot of points, and so I thought we did a nice job there of handling some of the things. We got to tackle better, because I think our lack of maybe missing some tackles allows drives to keep going, and I think third down defensively, they were 6 of 10 on third down. You're not going to win a lot of games being 6 of 10. Thankfully, we were 9 of 14, and so we have to be better there.
The Brandon Bishop interception that got overturned, did you see it, or was someone in your headset telling you, hey, you need to get this challenge?
Well, having the video replay board in the stadium is unbelievable. So I mean, we thought he caught it, but that's me. I'm gonna tell him it's a catch anyway. But when you look up there, you see it looks like he drags his feet, right? So that's what I saw, and he's going to tell you he caught it regardless whether he did or not. That's what they do it because they want an interception. They want to put the Joker mask on, but it looked like he had his foot in, so I was going to review it if they didn't. So I was going to do that.
And C.J. Daniels, he tore his ACLs a year ago last spring, and then was hampered a lot in training camp, limited a lot. For him to go out there and do what he did tonight, how much does that help you? Receiver is a position you talked about, maybe needing to find some guys there.
Yeah, he had a huge game. I thought Caden spread the ball around a little bit too. But if CJ can be the way he was, consistent, be that threat, make the plays that he did, we've all been talking about who do we go to on third down when it matters, and he obviously had a really nice game, and I think Sibley's doing a nice job with it as well, and so we need to continue to have some guys, continue to rise to the occasion.
Coach, Brylan Green, 1 pick, 2 on the season for him. He had 4 tackles and at least 1 pass breakup tonight. Can you talk about his emergence?
He's playing well. He didn't do a lot with us in the spring. He had a back issue, and he's also playing baseball, and so we didn't have a lot, from the spring. Now, obviously, he played some last year, and everybody, the guys that were still here were high on him, but we haven't seen much, and then this summer he really started coming in at own. We think he has NFL potential if he completely commits himself to football. And he's a natural at catching the ball. That's why he's our punt returner, and he just does a great job. And he plays with a lot of confidence, and that's the thing that he does. And his baseball background is showing off. He can just track a ball, and so I'm very pleased with how he's played and how he's handled himself, and the decisions from a punt return standpoint that he's made as well. That's the number. You want somebody back there you can trust, and he's done a nice job of that. And he's got a great Louisiana draw. It's awesome.
Starting off 1-0 conference play, you talk about wanting to get compete for a conference championship here, and how important is that to do that and maybe help continue to build some confidence for the team? Well,
that's huge. Obviously, you can't get to the championship game without taking that first step. We talked to our team about it. We're climbing a ladder, and it's just there's rungs on that ladder, and you can't get to that one without taking the first one. And so to be able to start out 1-0 is a big deal, and more importantly than that, to continue to build confidence in our team and the team in us, because they're still learning how we respond to different things, because it's brand new for a lot of people. And so as we can continue to face some adversity and continue to figure out how to fight through that continues to connect us together, and hopefully our talent will gel with the bond and the things that we're trying to get accomplished, and we can continue to rise. But anytime you want to know, it's better than being 0-1 for sure. And also to be able to do it at home. I mean, that was all the fourth quarter and them doing all that stuff. It was pretty cool. It was awesome. I'll be honest, I got caught up in it, and so that was awesome to see and be a part of that. Our fans were fantastic. They were loud. In that Flames quarter, and it was awesome. Student body, I can't give them enough credit there. We want Williams Stadium to be the hardest place to play in this conference, and if they continue to do that, our community continues to do that, and we continue to win, it's going to be a heck of a place.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank y'all. And I'll just say that's Ian McCall's first win as Conference USA, in the Conference USA. He got a game ball.